Hey guys, it's Dani here. I wanted to do an unboxing of the Aquarian Tarot by David Palladini with you guys that I just received. This is published by US Games. I got the one in the tin. I don't know if there's another one that's not in a tin, but mine is totally in a tin. This is a tarot deck that was done in the 1970s and reproduced in 2016 for this one. I'm really excited about it. I love the Art Deco feel. I was just really excited to get my hands on this, so I wanted to open it and share it with you guys, give a little bit of a first impression. The deck I kept seeing here and there on Instagram, and there was one card, the Devil card, that literally made me buy this deck. I was like, I have to have it. It's so weird looking, and I don't know, like I don't even know how to describe it, but it's the reason I bought this deck. So here we go. We have the little white book. This is all folded. This one is all folded up, accordion style here. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm really up close. But we have the rods, the swords, the cups, the major arcana. On the back we have the pentacles, the ancient Celtic method of divination, and that looks just kind of like the Celtic cross here on this little white book. These little US game white books is not something that I usually go through, but I might check this out. Okay. Yay, the cards. These are really tiny, you guys. These are small. I guess they're about, I say small, they're about the same size as probably my Morgan Greer tarot, which is also, I think, from the 70s. Oh, there we go. I was like, I can't open this. Okay. But I like this size. I like something that I can grip fairly well. It looks like you can. We have the title card here. I do kind of dig these backs. I mean, you can tell if it's reversed or not, but that's not a big deal to me. Like, that's not a make or break thing for me. We have a card about the artist. And then the cards themselves. Yay! The Magician. Oh, the Fool must be at the very end instead on this one. Magician. The High Priestess. The Empress. Good quality cards as usual from these decks in a tin. The Emperor. This is very neat. Like, seeing them up close, like, you can really see the difference between the background-ish and the faces. You know, like I say the background, I mean, even their bodies, just like the face and everything else, there is a stark difference. And like, you can kind of see that in photographs, but having it in your hand is completely different. I feel like I'm off to one side, y'all, I'm sorry. The Hierophant. I'm not super jazzed about the copyright right here. But it's not a huge deal because you can barely see it. But like, I just noticed it and I was like, oh, I'm not a huge fan when it does that. But I know, if I'm not mistaken, the Morgan Greer tarot has it on the outside at the bottom, which I kind of like a little better. But definitely not, doesn't make it a bad deck. You know what I mean? The Chariot. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I like had to focus on like what exactly this was supposed to be, but it's actually the front of the Chariot, among other things, I'm sure. Strength, the Hermit. Oh, that's neat. This reminds me, matter of fact, I was just watching it earlier today. It totally reminds me of The Shining. The look of the Overlook Hotel is very reminiscent to all these Art Deco qualities in the deck. Justice. These really remind me of Pepperland from Yellow Submarine. The Hanged Man. Death. Oh wow, Temperance is the cover. That's really cool. Sorry, I feel like I'm like holding them way over here. I apologize, y'all. Temperance. Here it is. Isn't it weird and awesome? Like, I really don't feel like it looks like anything else in the deck itself. Sorry, taking a drink of my coffee, y'all. Like, it's so different from everything else, but I love it for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just a really cool devil card to me. And the reason that I bought this deck. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. You know, you're drawn to a certain card. And I'm usually never really drawn to the devil card, because some of them I feel go a little far from the feel of the card for me personally. That it's usually not a favorite of mine, but I really love this one. And I usually am a huge fan of people's interpretation of the Tower. This is pretty standard. I like something a little different, but this deck is still super unique in my opinion. The star has this lovely peacock on it. The moon. The sun. Judgment. I like this too. Seems like on top of a mountain. I like that. The World. Interesting. Yep. Here's our buddy. The Fool. So I'm not going to go through all the cards with you guys. I'll just kind of flip through here. Look at the court cards. I do like all these pink colors, if you can see, for the swords. I'll just kind of flip through a little bit while I look with you guys. Oh, the Five of Swords, I like that one. I do love this pink tone, like I'm not even gonna lie. I love this. Looks like everything might have its own tone. The rods seem to all have a stark white background. And I love this flower on the end of the rods. I really do like this. A lot, actually. Wow. Oh, it looks like the cups are... Oh, maybe it's going to be the jagged background. Maybe, maybe not. Cups. This dude. So these are kind of plain white as well. Have a little bit more of a background though in some of them. So it looks like the rods and the cups don't have much. Now the pentacles have this like cloud image in the back. Oh, I like that. That watercolor effect of the clouds. Oh, that's interesting. Can you see that? So they have a bit of a glare. That's really neat. So it looks like the pentacles and the swords actually have a different background, while the rods and the cups are all sort of stark white backgrounds. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't notice if the majors had a lot of differences in the back or anything that corresponded together. It looks like not really. Aside from the bigger border maybe to denote, I mean aside from the fact that it's written at the bottom. But no, that's pretty neat. I really do love these cards. It's not much of a review on this. They're fairly standard, older deck, but I'm sort of in love with this. I really am. I totally dig these backgrounds. I kind of wish that they were on all the minor arcana. Like, just like that one solid background. And I love a watercolored background. That's kind of my thing. It's one of my favorite things. So, interesting that it was only 2. I don't know if that was kind of the other 2 were left on purpose or what. So, that was pretty interesting. So anyway, you guys, this is the Aquarian Tarot from the 70s. Super, super nice deck. The quality seems really great. There's a good card stock on these small cards. I'm sure they'll shuffle fairly well as well. Let me try this. Yes, they do. Nice solid shuffle. And all good. So yeah, there's the Aquarian Tarot. I'll probably come back and talk a little bit more about this once I've had a chance to use the deck and do my deck interview and get a feel for it. I'll probably do that in May, because this month I am still using the Art of Life Tarot as well as the Game of Thrones Tarot. So I'll probably keep these safe in their tin until May, when I use them for the month, just to kind of go over and really sit with these cards. So that was the Aquarian Tarot. Thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, or subscribe for more. Thank you so much again. Have a great day. Namaste.